What's going on, everyone? It's King Tuts Pro. Welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create these super cool transitions in Final Cut Pro 10 to create a really cool and seamless transition for your music videos, for your YouTube videos, honestly for any type of content. So this would look super cool. As you can see here, you can do this in Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can also do this in DaVinci Resolve. So I'll have actually links in the description to some tutorials that are already made. Just follow them and it works almost the same. So you guys need to stop using boring transitions and use these really cool burning ones instead to create more of a custom transition. All right, so what you want to do first is head on over to Cinepacks.store. I will have the link in the description of this video along with my coupon code KingTutsPro. So do be sure to take advantage of that code to save $5 off of your next purchase. So the one we're going to be using is the Fire Effects here. Really cool packs. You can also check out other ones here, but what we're going to be doing is clicking on see full details. So if I go down, you're going to see what this pack has. You have transitions, you have bursts, and you have embers, and you can overlay these, and I'll show you that in just a second to create a really cool custom transition. And you also have sound effects. So they're all in 4K. You don't have to worry about the resolution. Now, if you guys want to try out the free version of this, just go on to the free packs to get a sample of the actual full entire pack. So you have all of these here, but what we're going to be doing is going into the fire and water sample pack. So click on this one. It is for free, as you can see. It's $0, and you do get 11 free assets. And so you would just add it to your cart and then check it out. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is working with these two clips here. If I push play, we're going to be working with about a second and a half or so, maybe 3 seconds. The one we're going to be doing and using from the free pack is the paper burn and the track mat number 4. So if we go down, and these are from the full entire pack, by the way, but if we go down to number 4, this is the one that's going to be included in the free pack. What we're going to do first is go into the timeline. We're going to select the video that you want to transition to. We're going to move this below, so about here, and you want it to be about maybe this long. So if I push play, yeah, I want it to transition about here. So once it's like this, you're going to make a cut here. So press B on the blade tool to make a cut there, and press B here to make a cut there as well, and go into the paper burn. We're going to drag this above our media here. This is the full length of this transition, as you can see, and it's really smooth and it's very clean, and it's a transparent video, which is really cool. So we're going to press Command R because we want this to be the same length as this clip here. So we're going to select the top one. We're going to go to the end and we're going to retime this. So drag this to the left. Make sure that this matches the ending and beginning of this clip here. So now if I push play, it'll go by a lot faster. So once you're here, what you want to do is you're going to add a track mat. So the one that you want to do is you're going to see that there's numbers next to them. Just make sure that you're using these and that you're matching the clips to the same number. So since this is paper burn number 4, we're going to use the paper burn track mat number 4. So go through and make sure you select the one that matches that clip. This will be included for you. So you're going to drag this below the paper burn transition here, and all you're going to do is you're going to have to match the same speed. So Shift Z, press Command R, go to the end and trim this and make sure it's matched perfectly to that clip here, and just go back and they should play relatively the same. So if I push play, it looks just like that. Looks great. So once you have that set, what you want to do is you're going to click on the track mat. We're going to go down to King and we're going to select Luma Keyer, drag that onto the track mat clip. So once you have that, it's going to reveal the video beneath it, right? What we're going to do is we're going to select the track mat. We're going to go into compositing and we're going to change the blend mode to stencil alpha. It will change everything to black pretty much, and that's what we want. So once we have that set, we're going to select the track mat and the middle clip here. We're going to select both of those, and we're going to create a grouped clip. So we're going to name this transition 1, press enter. Now you're pretty much done. So if I push play, it looks just like that and it transitions onto the next clip. Super easy and super smooth. And now we're not finished though, because we have a bunch of more stuff to cover. So in the free pack, you also have the embers as well as a sound effect and the water transition. All right, so I have the fire effects sample folder here open so you guys can exactly see what you're getting. So you have the actual paper burn track mat. You're going to get the paper burn 4, which is the actual flames. You're going to get the burst 3, which is the actual sound effect. You get the embers. You get a fire burst, which looks like this. Super cool. And you have the fire transition. I'll show you how to use that one. You also get a .cube, kind of like a LUT file, so you can change the color of a particular video if you're going to be using this. And you also get another fire burst number 2 here. All we got to do is add the embers. So the embers are really cool. So if I bring the folder up again, it's going to look something like this. So I'm going to click and drag this above our media, and I'm going to kind of move this over here. I might want to trim this. You're going to go into the blend mode and change this to lighten or screen. I'm going to trim this to where it's kind of almost fading out almost. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's way better. So once we're here, I'm going to kind of trim this off. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to press Command T to add a transition to that. So I'm going to kind of do a cross dissolve, and now if I push play, it just makes it so it fades in and out a lot smoother. You can of course change the actual color to match your clip a little bit better. So I think this looks perfect how it is, but let's say you wanted to change the actual burn transition color. You're going to select this clip. You're going to go into the color inspector tab over here. You're going to go to where it says no corrections. You're going to click on this down arrow and go into the color wheels. And we're going to go into shadows, and we're going to change this. You can make it purple, and you can make it really extreme. So you can do something like this. For the highlights, we can increase or decrease the color in the highlight area. So I think right there looks good. And we're going to bump that luma up a little bit so it's a little bit brighter. I'm going to go into the Fire Effects sample folder, and right here we have the Fire Transition 1. So I'm going to drag this above our media. You can also make this faster by pressing Command R and retiming this, dragging it to the left a little bit, increasing the speed. Instead of overlapping these two clips, what you would do is you would move them as a normal clip, except this time you're just going to move them in between the clips. We're going to select this. We're going to go into the blend mode. We're going to change this to lighten or screen. And you just want to make sure that you have this in between these two clips. Where the fire covers most of the frame, that's where you want this to be, right in that middle. So now if I go back and I push play, it looks like this, and it looks so cool. It's a quick little fire transition. If we go into fire burst and we drag this one as well, you can change the blend mode to lighten or screen. I think screen looks cool in this one, kind of towards the end. So if I push play, you can do something like that. You could get creative and use this however you want this to look like. If we go into the full pack, you're going to have a lot more assets, of course. So you're going to have pretty much, it's the same thing. You just get a bunch more and more to play around with. So you have like track number 5. You also get the track mats with the actual clips. And here you have more fire transitions. So you can do something like this. You can do like half a video on one side and one on the other. So this one will look really cool. So if I drag this one, I'm going to delete the embers. So to use this one, it's really cool. So I'm going to drag this in between these two clips. I'm going to go to blend mode and change this to lighten. Yeah, we're going to have to overlay this. So we're going to have to overlay the video above like that and move this, and then select the bottom clip, which is this one, and just go in the x-axis and drag this to the left. So you can do something like this. It'll play like this. Super sick. And you can create another cool transition like that. So these are way better than your typical boring transitions, so to speak, because these are more custom made and you can get really creative with these. And again, you have all these sound effects that you can play around with. So if you don't want yellow, go to the inspector tab, go to color wheels. Since this one has a lot of bright areas, this will affect the highlights more. So we're going to use the highlights and change this to like maybe a purple color if we can get that. Say you wanted to add that LUT from the free sample pack. You can go into the effects, go to color and go to custom LUT. And you're going to drive the custom LUT on that fire effect or transition. You're going to go into the inspector tab. You're then going to go into the custom LUT and go where it says LUT. And you're going to change this to the Cinepacks. And you can get a different color as you can see here. So super cool. And this is like a one-touch thing. So you don't really need to use the color wheels for this one if you just want to use this one. The last but not least, we do have that water asset. And that one's really cool too. So if I were to delete the fire effects, if we go into the water effect sample, you do have bubbles here. And then you also have the water screen overlay. Just click and drag. And I'm going to change the blend mode to lighten or screen. And it looks something like this. If you guys found this tutorial / transition video helpful whatsoever, please leave a like and be sure to visit the store, Cinepacks.store, in the description, and be sure to use my coupon code, KingTutsPro. Do share your video ideas with me on Instagram so you guys can get featured on my Instagram story. Until then, peace out.